Stop. Do not pour that cloudy water down the drain. Seriously, put the bowl down. To your plumbing, that starchy water is just waste. But to your dying garden, it is arguably the most powerful probiotic on the planet. If you have ever planted a seed with hope, only to watch it disappear into ground that feels more like concrete than soil, I am talking to you. You water it. You pray over it. But nothing happens. The truth is, you aren't gardening in soil anymore. You are gardening in dead dirt. I know exactly how that feels. 5 years ago, I was standing exactly where you are. I thought the answer was in those heavy blue and pink bags of fertilizer at the garden center. I spent hundreds of dollars chasing NPK numbers. And you know what happened? My soil didn't get better. It got harder. It formed a crust so thick that when I watered, the water just ran off sideways. My plants were starving in the middle of a chemical buffet. That is when I learned the hard truth. You cannot feed a plant if the soil is dead. Today we are fixing that. Not with chemicals, not with expensive gear, but with 3 ancient liquids starting right here in your kitchen. Most videos just give you a recipe and wish you luck. Not today. This is the Soil Revival Masterclass. I'm going to show you how to diagnose your soil, exactly how to make these tonics safely. Yes, we will talk about the arsenic concerns and how to fix them if they smell bad. Put your wallet away. Let's go to the kitchen. Before we mix up our first potion, we need to confirm what we are dealing with. You wouldn't take medicine without a diagnosis, right? Same goes for your garden. I want you to go outside and try the shovel test. I remember the exact moment I knew my garden was in trouble. I put my boot on the shoulder of the shovel and pushed down with all my weight. Instead of slicing in, the shovel literally bounced off. Clang! It vibrated up my leg. If you have to jump on your shovel to get it 2 inches deep, your soil structure is collapsed. It is dead. Here is the second check, the drainage test. Dig a hole about the size of a large coffee can, maybe 6 inches deep and wide. Fill it with water and let it drain. Then, fill it again. If that second round of water sits there staring at you for more than an hour, you have a drainage problem. Your roots are going to drown. On the flip side, if it disappears in 10 seconds like a toilet flush, you have sand. It holds no nutrients. Finally, the most important one, the life check. Take a shovelful of that soil and spread it on a tarp. Count the earthworms. In a healthy shovelful, you should see at least 3 to 5 worms wiggling around. If you see 0, or maybe just one lonely, skinny worm, that is a red alert. No worms means no bacteria for them to eat. If you failed any of these 3 tests, don't worry. That is exactly what we are about to fix. Let's start with the easiest, cheapest method. This is rice wash. Think of this as a probiotic yogurt shot for your ground. We are cultivating lactic acid bacteria. These guys are the first responders. They break down tough organic matter and suppress disease. Here is the recipe. Take 1 cup of uncooked rice. Any kind works. Add about 2 cups of clean water. Filtered is best to avoid chlorine. Now swirl it vigorously. You aren't just rinsing dust off. You want to scrub the starch off the grains. You want that water to look like milk. That starch is high-energy food for microbes. Pour it into a clean jar. Cover it with a paper towel and a rubber band. Do not screw the lid on tight. These microbes need to breathe. Now, let's pause for a safety reality check. I saw a comment from Linda last week asking, "Wait, modern rice has trace arsenic. Am I poisoning my soil?" Linda, that is a smart question. Yes, rice can contain trace arsenic, but here is the magic of soil biology. Microbes are filters. When you apply this to the soil, the bacteria and fungi actually bind heavy metals and break down toxins. We aren't pouring poison. We are introducing the workforce that cleans up the mess. It is safe. Let it sit for 2 to 3 days. If it smells slightly sour, like pickles, that is success. If it smells like a rotting garbage can, that is failure. Toss it and start over. Storage tip: put it in the fridge to keep for a week. To apply, dilute 1 part liquid to 10 parts water. Water it right at the base of your plants. Rice wash wakes up the soil, but if your plants are stunted, they need a multivitamin. That is where Fermented Plant Juice, or FPJ, comes in. Harvest about 2 pounds of vigorous weeds, stinging nettle, mugwort, or grass clippings. If it grows fast, it has the hormones we want. Chop it up. Mix it with an equal weight of brown sugar. So 2 pounds of plant equals 2 pounds of sugar. Mix until the leaves look wet. How does this work? Think of it like salting a slice of cucumber. The salt pulls the water out, right? The sugar does the same thing here. It uses osmotic pressure to pull the nutrient-rich blood out of the plant cells without cooking them. Now, a warning: the stinky jar incident. The first time I made this, I screwed the lid on tight and left it in the sun. 3 days later, pop! The lid flew off, and it smelled like a dumpster in July. My wife banned me from the kitchen for a month. So please, pack it in a jar, put a rock on top to press it, cover with a cloth, not a lid, and keep it in a cool, dark corner. After 5 to 7 days, strain the dark syrup. Dilute it 1 to 20 with water. I used this on my zombie tomatoes last year, yellow and drooping. In 5 days, the leaves turned forest green and stood straight up. It works. Note, even when done right, this has a strong funk. Don't store it next to your neighbor's patio window. If rice wash is a probiotic shot, compost tea is the entire army. This floods your soil with thousands of species to rebuild the ecosystem. Here is the recipe. 1. Start with a 5-gallon bucket of water, dechlorinated. 2. Take 2 pounds of finished compost. Warning: only use fully cured compost. Never use raw manure. We don't want E. coli. 3. Put compost in an old pillowcase and suspend it in water. 4. Add 1 tablespoon of molasses. Now, the secret weapon: oxygen. Drop in a layer stone and turn on the pump. Why? Because the good guys are aerobic. They need air. If you let it sit still, you breed swamp bacteria that cause root rot. Let it bubble for 24 hours until it has a frothy head of foam on top, like a good draft beer. Pro tip for my back pain warriors: if a 5-gallon bucket is too heavy to carry, just scale this down to a 1-gallon milk jug. Your plants won't know the difference, but your spine will thank you. Use it immediately, within 4 hours. Drench the soil or spray the leaves. You have the cures. Here is your masterclass game plan. Early spring, wake up the soil with rice wash, then a drench of compost tea. Summer, feed hungry plants with FPJ spray every 2 weeks. Fall, 1 last compost tea drench to help break down mulch over winter. Why does this work? Because microbes produce a glue called glomalin. This binds dust into crumbs, turning your soil into a sponge that holds water. The result? You water less, and you stop buying $50 fertilizer bags. Start small. Do the shovel test today. You don't need to fight your soil anymore. You just need to feed the invisible workforce beneath your feet. If you want to turn your garden into a self-sustaining system that saves you money, click subscribe. Welcome to crop corner.